First of all, I take it as something positive because most of them are from these developed countries. So I think if maybe they are going to be allowed to come to Kenya, they are going to help us maybe with these great ideas, because I believe that they have great minds. So maybe they can help us in the to make Kenya move to a greater place and be known like these countries where they are from. So I take it so positive. They're going to help us in terms of even, we're just going to learn a lot from them. Yeah.
Clothes from the Western. Yeah, so there are a lot of advantages. The technology is better there. So if they move, they can maybe teach us something about their technology. On the negative side, our culture may degrade.
Negative side, I feel like when they come, maybe now they will feel like now they're from these developed countries, now like they're superior. So maybe if they are employed maybe to work in certain places, they will want to rule over the Africans, or which is not going to blend well with the Africans who are from here, because it will be like you guys are foreigners kinda. So you come, you want to overpower. So I think it's going to cause kinda conflicts at some point.
What I generally think is that it's not really mostly about how they influence us, what about how we as Africans influence them.
Influencing Africans, it won't be that easy because Africans are more. So they'll have to learn the African culture first.
So guys, Black Americans, right now I am in the hoods. I'm trying to hide from the local Africans because I don't want them to know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask them what they think of Black Americans coming back to Africa. Because guys, the reason why I'm doing this interview, the reason why I've taken myself to the field is that you need to understand one thing. You need to know that these young people are the people you're going to meet mostly. Kenya is filled with young people everywhere. So you really need to know what they think of you and some of the things and some of the messages they have for you. This is a video that you don't want to miss watching. Before they catch me, I need to be rushing and be going.
I'm Tony.
Tony,
Yeah.
nice to know you, Tony.
Nice to know you too.
So I have a question for you.
Yes?
Do you know any Black American?
Yeah, I know so many of them.
You know so many of them?
Yeah.
So the president of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto,
Yes.
allowed Black Americans to come and live in Africa.
Yes.
In Kenya, sorry, not Africa, visa free. Now
Okay.
they can come here as African diaspora,
Yeah.
visa free, and they can build their homes and stay in Kenya.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
So my question is,
Yeah.
as a Kenyan, what do you think of Black Americans coming to live in Kenya?
Okay, in my opinion, it's not a bad. It's a nice opinion in my view. I think those guys can come and invest in Kenya. You know, they're from abroad.
Yeah.
Guys got dollars, they got money.
Yeah.
So it's a nice opportunity for them to come and invest in our country. And you see, we've got issues with joblessness.
Yeah.
Guys are graduating with no jobs. So if someone comes and they got some good money and they
Yeah.
can begin a company, they can begin hotels, they can begin some opportunities,
Yeah.
they can create more opportunities within the country.
Yeah.
And I think that is a good idea in my view.
Yeah.
Then
I see you're only seeing on the bright side. What about the negative side? Because everything has a dark side.
okay, on the negative side,
Yeah.
the Black Americans, they just like us. They're not so different people. So on the negative side, maybe not so much, considering the positive side of it. I don't see so much evil, even if they bring the bad side of them. So long as they bring in opportunities to the country,
Yes.
in my view, that's just good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, that's Tony, and thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, bro.
So if you have any message, what would that be for the Black Americans?
If I had a message for those guys, I'll tell them, welcome to Kenya. You are a fellow black, so welcome home. This is your home.
Yeah.
And you can come and invest, create opportunities.
Yeah.
Just bring whatever good ideas you got.
Yes.
Welcome home. You invited, the president already invited you,
Yes.
so you can come.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
So I'll go to you, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm fine. So what's your name, bro?
My name is Gilbert Njaba,
Yes.
and I'm delighted to do this interview with you.
So are you a proud African?
Yes, I am.
Okay. In a scale of 10, how do you rate Nairobi City?
Like I can rate it at 7.
7.
Yeah.
Any reasons?
Not particularly any reason, but like now there is pollution, like noise pollution when you watch the city, and then congestion.
Yes.
Those things remove those 3 points from that 10.
Yes.
I can rate it.
Yeah. I want you to cool down, bro.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, bro, as a young African boy, what do you think of Black Americans moving to Kenya and living here? Is it a good idea?
As for me, yes, it is a good idea.
Yeah.
Because those Black Americans are like black people. We also have the same color. Like they motivate us because they are from a developed country. So reason number one, which I must say, that those Black Americans coming to Kenya is a good idea, is that those Black Americans also, like the white people, they come for tourism.
Yeah.
Our culture in Kenya is so interesting.
Yeah.
So they invest much in tourism, and that boosts our economy.
Yeah.
And then also they also help us in generating revenue, because they also come to do some businesses, and they come to support those who have businesses in Kenya. So it's a good idea for them to come.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Would you welcome a Black American to your house?
Of course I can. There are people like us, so it is a good idea to welcome them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what, if you have any message, what would that be for the Black Americans?
I can say that they are so welcome to Kenya, because like in other country they can feel at home when they are in Kenya. And in Kenya they can do whatever they want, so there's nothing much like racism, or they want to say that they are Black Americans, they come from the developed country, so that we can pace them according to race. So that is, I can say they are most welcome to Kenya.
Wow.
Yes.
So that is our bro. Remind me your name, I just forgot.
My name is Gilbert.
So
Gilbert.
Yeah, guys, so that is what Gilbert thinks of you. So you've heard him say that he will even welcome you to his home. So if somebody is willing to welcome you to his home, this is somebody who is welcoming you. Guys, you don't need to hesitate on anything. You just need to pack your bags, you just need to pay your ticket, and you just need to come to Africa. I think it's time you take the risk and you come back to Africa, because Africa is where you belong. Now, without further ado, I want us to go to the next subject.
My name's Michelle.
I'm Brian.
Cheryl.
And I'm Kelly.
How well do you know Black Americans?
Not very much, but we know some of them. We've heard of them.
You've heard of them?
Yeah.
From the movies.
Yeah.
From the movies?
Yeah, and yeah, I think from the movies.
Yeah, I've seen them in movies mostly.
In movies and in general knowledge, I just know that they're in the US.
You as a young African boy and a young African girl, so what do you think of Black American people moving to Africa?
First of all, I take it as something positive, because most of them are from these developed countries. So I think if maybe they are going to be allowed to come to Kenya, they're going to help us maybe with these great ideas, because I believe that they have great minds. So maybe they can help us in the to make Kenya move to a greater place and be known like these countries where they are from. So I take it so positive. They're going to help us in terms of even, we're just going to learn a lot from them. Yeah.
I think the issue affects us both positive and negative. On the positive side, the Western culture it's very much good. Like most of us wear these are Western clothes from the Western. Yeah, so there are a lot of advantages. The technology is better there. So if they move, they can maybe teach us something about their technology. On the negative side, our culture may degrade. Yeah, they may come and teach us a new culture that we are not used to. And as Africans, we think the Western is better, so we will adopt their culture, hence losing our own culture. And as you have seen in many of the tribes in Kenya, yeah, so it can be both positive or negative. We should have our own tradition and we should embrace it, like the Maasai have. They are well known all over the world. If you say you're coming to Kenya, people think you're you're Maasai or something like that, because Maasai is known all over the world because of their culture. They did not embrace the Western culture. Yeah, so I wish we could have had our own culture. We should not have adopted the Western culture.
So on the negative side, I feel like when they come, maybe now they will feel like now they're from these developed countries, now like they're superior. So maybe if they are employed maybe to work in certain places, they will want to rule over the Africans, or which is not going to blend well with the Africans who are from here, because it will be like you guys are foreigners, kinda. So you come, you want to overpower. So I think it's going to cause kinda conflict at some point. Yeah. Maybe they're going to introduce new things, which maybe they will want to force the Africans to adapt, and maybe the Africans are not in for it. So it's going to kind of cause a conflict between them, because they're forcing them to adapt something which they're not used to and they don't want it. But then they'll be like, if you do this, it's going to make our country go on another level and everything. And maybe what they want to imply in Kenya, maybe the president wants it also and everything, but the Kenyans themselves don't want it. So you see, like now they have the yes tick from the president, but the Kenyans themselves, they don't want it. So
The local Africans.
yeah, so it's going to bring this kind of conflict between them, like they couldn't come, yeah, and everything.
But we are all hoping for the best, right?
Yeah.
What I generally think is that it's not really mostly about how they influence us, but about how we as Africans influence them. So maybe you can't tell me that there are so many that are coming compared to the numbers of Africans already in Africa. So maybe we should, as Africans, try to influence them more so that they can also learn about their culture that they left behind. I agree that the Western ideas are also dope and cool, but what about ours? If they help us, then maybe we can also expose our own culture to them, to where they're from. Yeah, that's what I think. On the negative part, I'd say, okay, the obvious one is maybe LGBTQ or something like that, because it's a popular topic. It's something that is happening right now. And it's on the Western side. It's not really embraced on the African parts. We're just trying to cope with it. So maybe to some Africans it's negative, to some it's positive. It depends with your point of view. Yeah.
From my point of view, I think the idea of the Black Africans coming to Africa is a good idea, because Africa is their home. At the first place, Africa is their home, and they need to come and learn their own culture. Yeah. So, and also like what my friend said, Michelle, about these people have great minds for real. Kenyans, not Kenyans. I'm talking about Africans in general. Africans. Don't have like great minds. So they're going. No, I'm not saying they don't have great minds. Yeah, I'm a black. Africans have great minds, but compared to the blacks, they're from developed countries, and so they can think wildly.
Give us an insight.
Any message for the Black Americans? What would that be?
Actually, to the Black Americans, or to the Africans who are in the diaspora, like us, we welcome them. We welcome them because this is Kenya, where we just hope for the best. Like they're going to bring more positive impacts than the negative impacts in Kenya. Yeah, because if we are to talk about the negative ones, you could even say now that the teens are coming to affect our teens, because if you look at their mode of dressing, it's very different. In Kenya, we are used to wearing this, like we wear like something very decent and everything, but then you just wear anything for as long as, like even you can walk like that and it's just normal. But here it's so abnormal. So when they come here, they're going to affect our teens, because our teens are going to want to dress like them, and it's not going to blend well with our parents. So if they just come, they say when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. So if they come to Kenya, they do what the Kenyans do. They eat what we eat. They adopt our lifestyle so that they can blend well with the Kenyans.
would you welcome a Black American to your home?
Yeah, definitely, because those guys are always so cute and beautiful. Yeah, so personally, yeah, I would. And their accent, so yeah.
Yeah, they have really good accent.
Very.
Yeah. Bro.
Yeah. Before I give my message about his point, I don't think a continent is described by the skin of the color. If they want to identify as Americans, that's really okay. I think one should identify as the culture. If I have grown in America, then I'm American, because I know the culture and norms of America. I don't know anything about Africa, so I cannot say that I am an African. So it's really not about the skin. Yeah, even if I'm black and I'm born in American, I have adopted to the American culture. Yeah, that makes me an American. Maybe my parents are African, but I'm really not. I identify as an American. And my message to the Black Americans, they're very welcome in Africa. Any country they want to visit, especially Kenya, we welcome them. I wouldn't want to generalize, say they're about their personality, because everyone has each and their own personality. Yeah, but we will accept them. We accept them.
So
yeah.
you would even accept a gay Black American into your house? Because you know the gay thing started there.
But you wouldn't really see someone and know that he's gay. Yeah, so as long as he doesn't influence maybe my people and my children, yeah, I can accept him or her.
They should also come learn about what is happening in Africa. As much as they would like to identify as Americans or Africans, whichever they pick, that's okay. But I feel like they should also learn about their roots, why they're black and why they have why they're not completely white. That's the point.
My message to the blacks: welcome to Africa. This is your home.
John the Baptist.
Yeah, John the Baptist, or you can call me John Wakalumba.
Wow. I love it when you say John Wakalumba. That's really African.
Yeah.
So who is an African, bro?
An African, I believe Africans are people who have got their own cultural diversity.
Yes.
In that we all come from maybe a common origin, and that's what put us together as Africans.
Yes, yes.
And we have to embrace our cultural beliefs,
yes,
our cultural practices,
yes,
because that's what we found from our forefathers,
yes,
and we carry it to the next generation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So do you think African Americans or Black Americans, are they Africans?
Yeah, for me, I believe they are Africans because
yeah,
from their color, they are black like us,
yeah,
and maybe from the way they appear African.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've heard of the interview. So the presidents of Kenya, we have the president of Tanzania, we have the president of Ghana. These presidents are allowing Black Americans to come and live in their countries visa-free. And do you think this is a good idea, or will it cause problems?
For me, I think it's a good idea because at first, the way I said earlier, I feel like they are part of us because they are Africans, right? So for me, I think it will be a good opportunity for them to reconnect with their identity. So from that, they will get to learn about their African culture, the practices that, you know, Africa is diverse, right? And each African state has got its own cultural beliefs and practices. So for them to come to Africa, there will be so many things that they will get to learn that is different from the experience that they have had abroad.
Yes,
so they will get to learn new things and new exposures, and yeah, that will make them feel at home because they are part of this African nation.
Would you welcome a Black American to your house?
Yeah, for me, I wouldn't mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Because for me, because we have experienced different.
Yeah.
Because for me, I've grown up in Africa, and for them, they have grown up in a different country. So, us coming together will be a good opportunity to share our experiences, which are contrary in one another. But from the experience, I'll get to learn them,
Yeah.
and they will get to learn
About you.
about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so good, and that is valuable information we are getting from John. So John, if you have any message for our brothers and sisters back in the States, what would that message be?
For me, I will tell them to feel most welcomed because they are part of this African country. And yeah, they can come here, they can share for us the experience that they have had abroad.
Yeah.
We will share our experience, they will get to learn our cultural practices. And that, I think, we'll have a common goal as Africans.
As Africans.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wanjala Wasike.
Wanjala Wasike.
Yes.
That is purely double African name.
Yeah, I'm a pure African.
Pure African.
Yeah, pure African.
You know, I'm so proud that you're a proud African.
Yes.
So many people don't want to be associated with Africa. Why do you think so?
You know, African, according to me, I think people don't want to be associated with Africans because the issue of racism. When you go to Europe there, when you are an African, you are seen like a lesser human. You see, so many people don't want to be associated with Africans because I think they are seen as lesser people in the society and people who cannot think on their own and do their things on their own without being controlled by in quotes, the whites. Maybe.
It's true.
Yeah, so that makes us to have a very low, let me say, esteem.
Yes.
We don't want to interact with other people, other races, because
we are seen as inferior.
Yeah, very inferior.
Okay.
In terms of everything, I think.
Yes. So I love what you are saying, bro. So do you think, what do you think of Black Americans coming to Africa, especially Kenya?
Yeah, according to me, it is not a bad idea because you see, when the Black Americans come to Kenya, specifically Kenya, I think it will boost our economy because those are the people who have invested in other countries. So they will come with those investments to their motherland, and it will boost our economy in terms of, let me say, businesses and other infrastructures will be built, or there will be a lot of things which will be connected with the return of the Black Americans, I mean.
Yeah. So do you think Africa is the home of the Black Americans? Do they deserve to be in Africa?
Yeah, they deserve to be here because I don't think if anyone was taken there willingly.
No.
I think they were taken there during the slave trade, and they are willing to come back to their ancestral land and cherish their home and enjoy their free life. You know, even if you invest a lot and you have a lot of things in America, you will not have freedom like the one you will be getting in Africa here. So they are most welcome in this free land. We don't undermine anyone. We are all equal in terms of race, skin. We don't care. African are good people, and we are proud that our brothers, if they come, we are okay with them, and we are ready to associate with them and share ideas.
So, bro, if you have any message for the Black Americans, what would that be?
My message to them is that we are welcoming them home. They are free to come. They should not fear. We are not racist. They are
no, we ain't.
We ain't. They are our brothers, and that is all. They are just welcome.
They are welcome.
Yeah, we are waiting for them.
So what can you do for them if they come? You know, they say that what people always say, what has my country done for me? So I'm going to ask you, what can you do for Black Americans? You only said what they can do for you.
For me, I can show them the way how to do business in Kenya. I can show them, I can teach them our native language. Because many of us, we have very many languages, and I know they are interested to know our language, our culture. You know, we will teach them our culture. We are ready to share with them many ideas, many African culture, African food, many things. We have a lot of things to share with them.
True. Thank you, bro, for the interview. And I appreciate a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.